following preview has been rated Bad Weird by the Good, the Bad, and the Weird podcast. Please check out the full episode when it releases on Sunday. The Good, the Bad, and the Weird would like to take you on a strange journey through a movie you will most likely remember for a long time to come. Join Nicho and Chris as they time warp through transsexual Transylvania for a couple squares in tow. Welcome to the Good, the Bad, and Weird previews. I'm Nicho.
And I'm Chris, and my notes clearly say that we watched the Ricky Horror Picture Show, so I don't know.
I love typos.
Me too.
We're Chris's pick for Halloween this year, the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I branched out, no longer a G rating, but an R rating for something that I hold truly dear.
But we did get a G rating movie, or PG rated movie, earlier this month.
We did. So, we're covered.
Yeah.
We're covered. And honestly, I've been wanting to talk about this one for a long time, not just because it's like a cult classic, not just because I love this movie dearly and I go see it every year, but because this is a weird movie as far as in like, is this really a movie?
Mm-hmm.
Is this a musical? Do you need to watch it live to enjoy this sucker? Kinda.
Yeah.
But also like, this is another excuse for me to put Tim Curry in our
pick another musical.
And put another musical in our podcast. Two things I love to no end.
I swear, this time around, I am getting the next musical.
You should.
Yeah.
You should. It should also be a Tim Curry flick.
No, it's not going to be. I've already decided what it's going to be.
You sure? Because Ferngully's a musical.
Is it?
Yeah, the bat sings.
Okay, I don't remember anything about that movie other than there's knockoff Tinkerbell and...
depending on if you like brunettes or blondes, I guess.
I don't know, I don't know, they're fairies, whatever. But yes, Rocky Horror Picture Show. I mean, I definitely voiced my complaints about this movie in the full episode.
And I can understand, because you didn't come from the background of going and seeing this live all the time.
Exactly. I didn't watch this until I was in grad school by the time I watched this, and I watched it as a movie and not as an experience.
Yeah, and I can totally get that, because I came from the other way around. I went to see this live in high school. My parents, I learned last weekend, my parents thought that Dee and I went to go see, the one with the plant, Little Shop of Horrors.
Well... Okay, I'm gonna disappoint you on this. I haven't seen the more recent one. I've only seen the old school actual horror movie.
Okay, the old one I would argue is better. But yeah, they thought that Dee and I were gonna go see that, and no, we went and saw this. And so like we went and saw this live, and so like ever since then I've made an effort to go see it every year. I think I've only recently dropped off the train since moving out into the Booney Hills.
Yeah. Well, and for me, I didn't explain it in my full episode, but like I had seen this quite a bit into my movie watching career, and by that point I'd already been watching grindhouse movies like Tokyo Gore Police as kind of my introduction. I'd already seen Cannibal Holocaust. I'd seen Salo. I'd seen a wide range of actually extreme and grotesque movies by this point.
And yeah, this movie definitely does. It tries very hard to put itself in the grindhouse world, but a lot of that is just trying to be out there. Because this is a movie that, like, even when it came out, this movie's a little all over the place.
Yeah, it's I know what they're going for with the whole cramming as much sci-fi classic horror into it, but it's just not. It's one of those movies where it shoves too much into it, kind of like how the Haunted Mansion tried shoving so much into it without making something cohesive. But at the same time, like it's that weird paradox where because it's incohesive, that's the cohesiveness of it.
Yeah, but it only works when you've added that layer of watching it with friends and fans who are using that like disconjointedness to create their own bits that go with it, to give you time to like switch up props or to have someone new jump on stage to like lip sync the lines to the next song.
Yeah.
Like it only works in that sense, and that's why this movie's so weird, is because normally, that totally flops.
Yeah.
But normally you don't have people live recreating the movie while the movie's going on.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't know if I honestly can't remember or think of a movie off of the top of my head that does that either.
Yeah, that's weird because like this movie it's still making them money.
Mm-hmm.
Like this movie is still in theaters released every year nationwide. That's absolutely bonkers to me.
Yeah.
And yet there really hasn't been like a giant push from any of the big movie corporations to try and like recreate this magic.
Yeah. And I honestly I feel if they did try and recreate the magic, it wouldn't be as organic or as good. It would all be manufactured bullshit, as the author of Rocky Horror Picture Show book said.
Yes, which is hilarious because he totally ends up like believing his own bullshit at one point.
Sorry, not the writer of the book, the promoter guy.
Yes. And yeah, but at the same time, has that ever stopped them before?
No.
No. But like
No.
I think this is a level of extreme which it's not extreme to the point where like it's inaccessible, because like I would argue most of the Grindhouse films that you and I watch fairly inaccessible for a general audience.
In the fact that they're off-putting.
Exactly. This one, it is extreme for sure, and there are scenes in it that are problematic.
Yeah.
But it is not extreme in the sense that you and I are used to, which means
exactly.
that like, yeah, my mom will hate this, but all of my college friends are going to lose their shit for it.
Yeah, and it's not so out there, like, it has that level of, like, kind of independent feel to it, but not over the top, like, just bizarre, like, Bill Rabane's work.
True. And I think part of the reason this works is the, like, geniusness that was Tim Curry's performance in this. Yeah, everyone who was in this did a great job. They're all fantastic. It's really enjoyable to watch everyone. They're stiff when they're supposed to be. They're awkward when they're supposed to be. But this is for a lot of people like the crowning moment of Tim Curry for them in their head, which is kind of interesting because this is one of, if not his first movie role.
No, it is his very first movie role. This was his breakout movie role, but he'd been in TV, or he'd been on TV shows and stage since the 60s, I want to say. Yeah,
and you can really tell, like, he did a fantastic job of turning this and making this feel more like a musical than most movie musicals feel.
Yeah.
Like, most of them feel like a movie that has, like, random bursts of songs in it. And, you know, that's fine. And if you're into musicals, that's what you're into. But for most people, it's a little weird. But this one is one of the few ones that, like, it doesn't feel like we're filming the stage. And also, at the same time, this doesn't feel like random bursts into song. This just feels like the musical is alive.
Yeah.
Like, there's no set. It's just all over the place.
Yeah, the mansion's alive with the sound of Rocky.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, it knows it's crazy. It knows it's out of control. But, like, that's why it works.
Yeah, and I mean, I bitched about it of, like, and it's more so criticism of the writer claiming to have invented punk rock, but
I totally agree with that bitching.
Yeah, but I do see the punk rock mentality within the movie itself.
Yes, and I think for the time, especially the actors and before the movie, who were inspiring to do their own makeup and to find their own costumes, I think that's where the punk heart of this all lies.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah, they tried to recreate that for the movie, and they did a good job to certain extents. Like, there is definitely elements to each costume and character that are, at different points, like, telling for who they are.
Yeah.
But punk is one of those things that you can't cage punk, because then it's not punk.
No, exactly. Once you start putting rules and definitions on it, then
you've lost it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's punk is more of like a mentality of things rather than an act. And I mean, technically, there's different scenes of punk that have definitions, but
at the same time, like, this is old punk.
Yeah. This is about the start. This is about when punk was becoming a thing, because I think Sex Pistols got started in early 75.
Yeah, so, you know, just a little after this.
Yeah, so.
Exactly.
But anyway, this has been the Good, the Bad, and the Weird previews.
Check out the full episode.
Peace.